I'm Rabbi Jay Karzan.
And I'm Rabbanit Ruby Ray Karzan.
And Tape with Rabbi Doug is next.
We're gonna watch Rabbi Doug on the TV tonight.
Forget about the network programs. Forget about all the great cable shows. There's only one thing for me on Mondays and Tuesday nights. Rabbi Doug.
We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. We're gonna watch Rabbi Doug. Yeah, we're gonna watch Rabbi Doug on your TV tonight.
Hi, I'm David Jacobson. Don't juggle that dial. Rabbi Doug is next.
Shalom and welcome to Taped with Rabbi Doug. Glad you could be with us today. We're here at the Ida Crown Jewish Academy Associate Talmud Torah campus, and I'm here with Adam Palmer and Zohar Jackson, and they are the Ida Crown Academy Acrobats, sort of. I guess two graduates of Ida Crown, both of them off to college, one in Israel, one down south in Chicago at the University of Chicago. And these two guys are so talented. We're going to see them do a number of things with juggling, with the unicycle, with the jump rope, and so on. Adam, let me start with you. What the heck started you on circus acts?
It was actually a teacher of mine named Rabbi Breitstein. He was teaching me Chumash at the time. And he was a juggler.
Here at Ida Crown?
Here at Ida Crown, yes. Just my junior year, he was my teacher. He was a juggler. He had been juggling for years. And one day I saw him juggling. I think he was actually juggling as part of class. And I asked him to teach me, and we started a little juggling club. And that's how I got started, really.
And Zohar, what's your connection to this?
Well, I've been good friends with Adam for a while. I saw him juggling, and he bought a unicycle. So I started juggling, and I bought a unicycle.
So really, the two of you are new to this?
Yeah, pretty new.
How do you get so proficient? I mean, it must take hours and hours of practice?
Yeah, we practice a lot.
Now, the two of you, and I know you have others who've also gotten involved with you guys with this, you guys have performed already, you've done shows. How long was it after you, Adam, started learning to juggle that you actually were comfortable doing it in front of people and saying, watch, I can actually perform?
I think it was almost a year, actually. And I still get very nervous when I have to perform in front of people. But it's something you get used to.
And what was the first thing you started doing? Was it juggling or unicycle? Unicycle.
Adam got a unicycle for Hanukkah. Then one day during Chol Moed, we just unicycled for 12 hours straight.
Now, do you think you're
32 degrees outside.
You're going to Israel for a year or close to a year,
yeah.
Right? At least. So do you think that you're going to lose your skill? You're going to find a unicycle there? You're going to take it with you? You're taking it with you.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's wild. What are your aspirations with this? Do you think this is something that you think you want to perform in the future for bar mitzvahs and weddings and stuff? As a paid performer, or maybe go off and put a show together that you might do in small theaters. What do you really want to do?
Well, I'll be at the University of Chicago, and it's one of the only colleges in the country that has a circus, a full-scale circus. They spend a lot of time on it here, and it's very difficult and a long journey and everything, but I'd like to do that certainly in college.
And you don't think that Shabbos or something like that will get in the way of...
It takes some negotiating, but I'm hoping I'll be able to work it out with them. They also have a juggling club.
Very nice. You're going to Israel. Obviously you plan on practicing and doing more with it. You think you're going to perform there?
Possibly. We'll see what happens.
Are you interested in teaching it? Is it that much fun that you like teaching it?
Yeah, I was thinking of becoming a tutor, teaching unicycling and juggling.
What other things besides unicycling and juggling are really in this realm of practice and learning?
There's a thing called slacklining that we do a little bit. It's a little bit like a tightrope, but not as taut. So when you step on it, it actually sinks down a little bit.
Slaps.
And it sways a little bit while you're walking. But it's a lot of fun. It's very relaxing.
Do you wear those soft, sort of like ballet type shoes when you go out there, like walkers do?
I usually just do it barefoot.
Barefoot.
It's the easiest way.
And you also are doing that?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Get that together.
Now, how do you set that up? You have to obviously find two areas, tie it, and I'm sure you only do it a couple feet off the ground for learning.
Right.
But how do you set something like that up? And do you have to buy a special type of wire?
Well, you use a thing called webbing. There's flat webbing and tubular webbing. It's a climbing equipment. It looks like a ribbon, but it's very strong woven nylon. you stretch it between two trees. There are ways to just tie it around the trees, and there are entire websites dedicated to the knots that you should use for tying a slack line and how you should get it as tight as you want it. But what we did was we bought a trucker's ratchet. They also use webbing to hold down their loads, and they use these ratchets. So you have one loop around one tree and one loop around another tree.
The ratchet locks.
You put the ratchet on one side and you tighten it as much as you want.
Oh, that's so cool. So, for example, someone who wanted to just go out and buy this webbing and do that could actually learn to do that themselves.
That's what we did.
Really?
Yeah, we saw it online and we thought it was cool and we went out and bought it.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. So this isn't something that your teacher was doing?
No. We're beyond the realm of my teacher now.
Very nice. Did you ever do any performing with him?
A little bit. Did we?
Just practicing?
I don't think so. I think just practice.
Just practicing.
Okay.
All right. Well, no, that's very cool. So did you guys, now obviously you did this during high school and stuff, were there any assemblies or performances right here in school that you guys did when you were still in high school?
For Yom Ha'atzmaut and for dancing and things like that, we would sometimes come out on the unicycles and juggle a little bit. There was a talent show where a friend of ours juggled 3 clubs and sang the national anthem backwards, and that was a big hit.
Jay, he was standing backwards or did the words backwards?
No, he said the words backwards.
That's wild.
Sang it, actually, yeah.
That's wild, that's wild. What are your aspirations for the future with this, or what do you really want to do when you get back from it?
There are 10 levels of unicycle. I want to become a level 7. I'm a level 5 right now. It's my only aspiration.
Really, I mean, that's really something you're looking forward to.
Yeah.
So unicycling is really your main...
Yeah, I'm not so into juggling, slackline.
But you're good at it. You're a good juggler.
Decent.
So level 7 would be doing what things that you're not going to do for us today on the air?
Uni spins, a lot of wheel walking, which you move the wheel with your foot.
Right, like
Sideways, backwards, a lot of crazy stuff.
And what about those real tall unicycles? You know, you see people up 5 feet in the air on the extension. Is that something that you've tried before?
Yeah, we have a giraffe. They're pretty easy to ride. It just looks scary.
So when you climb on those, you have to use a ladder or something to get started?
You can use a ladder or you can free mount it. You just climb up. It's pretty difficult. You can kind of do it.
Somebody isn't holding it? You're actually balancing while you're climbing up? Wow. Are your parents scared for you?
Yes. Yes.
Scared for injury? Now, have you ever injured yourself?
I have. I pretty much broke one of these fingers riding downstairs one time. It was my first day riding downstairs.
Now you guys, when you actually do your unicycling, are going to put on protective equipment and stuff. Do the professionals do that when they practice?
It depends what type of unicycle. If you're doing freestyle, then usually not. If you're doing trials, then yes.
What is the most, you guys know about the levels, both of you, I presume. What is level 10? What is the highest level? What kind of things would someone do?
In order to pass the level 10 test, you have to have first passed the first 9, and then you have to do the level 10 skills, which include, you have to do 10 different mounts, which the first few can be very simple mounts, but they get rather complicated. You have to be able to wheel walk sideways, I think in a circle. And it has to be a certain radius circle. You have to keep it small, because you don't want to have a huge one. You have to be able to ride one-footed backwards in a figure 8. Very difficult stuff.
And who does these tests?
It's a Unicycling Society of America.
Yeah. They give the tests and set them up?
Yeah, conventions.
Really? And could someone, for example, watching the show, go out and buy a unicycle and on their own and actually learn off the web? Because you guys are talking about the slack lining off the web. So that is a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
So really, we had a yo-yo champion on who also does juggling and stuff.
Those guys are amazing.
And he has a website which just teaches yo-yo tricks on the web. So someone really, even if you're not an expert, could get on the web and learn all these skills. Obviously, they don't have somebody training them, but they can see actual demonstrations and learn the methodology.
Yeah, there are videos, there are walkthroughs, everything.
What do you think people in circus acts and stuff, do you think that they, who are doing this professionally obviously, do you think that they go around and have started the way you did? Just finding a tutor, someone they met, taught them to unicycle, taught them to juggle, and went up there?
Probably. The best unicycler in America started unicycling from unicycle he found in his garage.
Really?
And he just started, and now he's amazing.
Wow, amazing. Well, Adam, Zohar, this is going to be great. We're going to watch you guys do a number of things on the unicycle. With the juggling, you're going to do the balls, and you're going to do the pins and stuff. And so stay here with me, Rabbi Doug, Adam Palmer, Zohar Jackson. We're going to have some great performances by them right here on Taped with Rabbi Doug in just a moment.
Yeah, the basic mount, you put the seat underneath you, foot on one pedal, stride. More complex mount is called the suicide mount.
Another good mount is called the leg around. Get your foot right in near the wheel. Step all the way around the unicycle.
Okay. This is another mount I haven't done in a long time.
That's the no-name amount.
180 jump mount, I think it's called.
180 jump mount.
In order to ride a unicycle in one place, you have to be rocking back and forth like this. It's called idling. So I always idle with my left foot down. Some people idle with their right foot down. It's really your own preference. Once you get good at it, though, you can take your top foot here and put it up on the frame. It's called one foot idling. When you're really good at that, you can do one foot extended. Leave your foot out in the air. Then bring it back and just ride away.
Then, basic riding.
Once you get good at that basic riding, you're going to want to try one-footed riding, just like idling. Start by riding regular, and then pick up your foot once you have enough speed. That's the idea.
There's also wheel walking, which I'm not very good at, but I'll give it a shot.
Can you show?
Yeah, can I get a shoulder? I'm going to do seat and back.
The opposite of seat and back riding is seat and front riding. I'll show you some of that.
Okay, we're going to try to do seat on stomach. We haven't done it in a while. Stomach on seat, I'm sorry.
Sit on stomach is where you're riding on your back. And it's above you. You're floating in the air.
This is called a hop twist.
I'm going to jump over my good friend Adam. I only landed on him twice. I've done it at least 100 times. Good for weddings and birthday parties.
Yeah!
When I compress, my pedal is...
He's still alive.
Oh, yeah,
Generations are in my veins. It's
Yeah,
a
we're at
call
Academy
to
Acrobats.
another way. In a world of insane. instant flash, it makes you stop.
Very nice.
Stop and think about a promise that I can't forget. It's a memory I don't recall, but it keeps me wandering through desert sand. May I die, I don't love generations. I'm on my way. It's a call to a longer stay in a world of sacrifices and rewards. May I die, I don't love door by door, nagin galecha. Door by door, nagin galecha. All this light shines across the street.
Whoa, very nice. All right, so you guys with the unicycles here. Adam, what's the farthest you've ever unicycled?
I think it's about 3.5 miles.
From where to where?
It was from the Academy up into Skokie.
I'm gonna go here. Where's the farthest you unicycled?
Same. We did it together.
You did it together. So you guys can actually use this as a form of transportation.
Kind of inefficient, but it works.
They sell 36-inch wheels. And that goes much faster and you can ride that much farther. People ride marathons on those.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeff Mustard, president of King David Bikers, Rabbi Doug. You, our audience, Tape with Rabbi Doug will be right back.
Hi, I'm Mark Tessiao. You're watching Tape with Rabbi Doug.
Nobody likes me. Nobody. Maybe it's because I like to attack people. Men, women, kids. I can reduce them to weak, stammering, confused, scared imitations of their former selves. If they don't stop me, I just might leave them that way for life. I am a stroke.
Learn to recognize a stroke and act quickly. Time lost is brain lost.
I'm Peter Yarrow of Peter, Paul and Mary, sometimes known as Puff the Magic Dragon, and I'm hiding the great face of Rabbi Doug. Watch him. Rabbi Doug. It's a wonderful show.
Children can get frightened by what they see and hear on television. You can help them feel better. Right, Elmo?
Right.
When kids are scared, talking about it helps them feel better, and a big warm hug helps them feel safe.
Yeah.
We're Blue Fringe and you're watching Tape with Rabbi Doug.
A little juggling and riding?
I can try. Not guaranteeing anything.
Nice, Adam.
The juggling balls.
Working on it.
Whoa.
I think that's about as good as it's gonna get.
You didn't drop anything, that's good.
So the basic three-ball pattern is called a cascade. It looks like this. You just continuously throw to the inside of the ball that falls. Then if you want to reverse it, you throw to the outside. That looks like this. That's a reverse cascade. Once you get very good at outside throws, you can just throw one to the outside. This pattern is called tennis because you got that ball on top like a tennis ball. Or you can throw one to the outside and one to the inside. That's half circular juggling and half circular to the other way. To do full circular juggling, you need to have only one ball in your hands at any given time. That looks like this. And you can turn it around a little bit.
So it's no different really than juggling with one hand.
Well, you're passing. Juggling with one hand is more difficult.
No, but I'm saying it's the same thing, that you're still always just handling one at a time.
Yeah. A good pattern that people like is called elevator. Got to make sure they're all going at the same height. That's the most difficult part of this pattern. And
So it would be really hard if you had different weights.
Yes, I've tried that. It's very difficult. And then once you get good at elevator, you can do some little variations where there's still only one ball going up and then two balls going up, but I'm crossing them over and throwing them over the top.
Did you have a juggling teacher?
What?
Did you have a juggling teacher?
I did. I had a teacher who taught me Chumash and also how to juggle. He was a great guy. His name's Rabbi Breitstein. I think he does weddings, if you want him to juggle at your wedding. His big thing is flaming devil sticks.
Could he juggle while he officiates at a wedding being a rabbi? That's the big question.
I don't know. Once you get good at juggling, you're going to want to start doing stuff around your body parts. So this is just some simple under the wrist work. Every other ball under the wrist. And then if you keep it on one side, you got like that half circular juggling pattern with your hand right in the middle of it. Once you're really good at under the wrist, you can send every ball under.
Wow.
4-ball juggling is really just 2 in this hand and 2 in this hand at the same time. It looks like they're crossing, but if you separate them, you can see that really they're not. I'm keeping them separate. 4-ball juggling takes a little bit more practice to get used to.
You're great at it.
There are some 3-ball patterns that you can convert into 4-ball patterns, like tennis, where you got that ball going over the top.
That was great.
So this is the 4-ball tennis. And if you're very good at under the wrist, you can do it with 4 balls. It's difficult. Multiplex down. The 4-ball circular juggle looks like this.
Very nice.
The best way to practice for 5 balls is to do what's called a 3-ball flash. The definition of a flash is just that there are no balls in your hands. So it looks like this. There's an instant there where there's nothing in my hands. If you really get good at them, you can clap while the balls are all up. That'll look like this. And the best way to practice 5 is just to continuously flash 3.
Cool.
And before you know it, you're ready to add 2 more balls. So you start with 3 in one hand and 2 in the other. It's really preference which way you want to go. And just send them all up like a flash and keep them going.
Wow. That was great.
This is a pretty simple 3-ball variation. It's called clawing. Instead of catching the balls underneath them, you catch right on top and then flick up. It's all about the wrist and clawing. You can do other little patterns. Claw with one hand, over the top. This is called stealing. It's a pretty basic 2-person maneuver. All you have to do is reach into the other person's pattern and start catching the balls as though you had been juggling all along.
Don't go away. Taped with Rabbi Doug. We'll be right back.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I'm an American.
I am 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 an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I am
An American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am American.
I am America.
I'm an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I'm an American. I am an American.
I am an American.
Hi, I'm Governor Rod Blagojevich, and you're watching Taped with Rabbi Doug.
Under the leg, it's a very flashy move, not very difficult. Just make sure you throw one high and then throw the next one under your leg. If you get good at it, you can throw more of them. Can incorporate different paths.
I want to thank Zohar and I want to thank Adam for being with us this week. Remember to check out our website, www.tvrabbi.com, or email us at info@tvrabbi.com. Remember, we're on every week at this time. Hope to see you next time, juggling balls in hand, right here on Tape with Rabbi Doug. Shalom.
These are the 5 chumashim, the 5